All right, Tariq Allen is in school. He can play all three linebackers. We feel like, again, Tariq's a big hitter. It'll be a great advantage that he's in school. And we also feel like that he's a guy that will be a great mic player. But you can see his ability to run. Running backs in high school carry the ball so much they usually have to try to work on pass protection. Linebackers attack the line of scrimmage so much in high school. Their biggest thing is usually dropping in pass protection. But you can see Tariq can run. He's really physical. Guys have been impressed with him so far and his ability at his size to move his feet in the off-season program. And if anybody wants to run something back, please ask me. Very physical, very tough. The 8 young guys, here's another one, Thomas Ashcraft. The 8 young guys that came in early came in because most of them want to have a better chance to play early. Thomas has got great feet. I think he knocks down about 6 guys in a row here in this film. The players were hooping and hollering about him downstairs. Thomas is from Cedar Hill. They won the state championship there in his earlier years. But we think all 4 of these linemen can really move their feet, but they're all big guys. He can play any of the 4 places at guard or tackle we feel like up front. He will not be a center. And this is the other thing about the diversity of this class. We hope there's enough flexibility that he can play any of the 4. Aaron Barnett is not in school. He's a corner. He's got the long arms and his ability to cover. We think he can be a great man-to-man guy because he's tall, but still can run. He has excellent hands. In fact, he's caught the ball some for him as well. And he's very physical, as you see here, coming up. And the corners now, especially the boundary-type corners, need to be good enough and quick enough to cover man-to-man, but physical enough to come up on the run and take on the receiver, especially with all the flare screens that people are throwing out of the backfield. Marcus Davis is in school. We feel like the 3 defensive backs that we've signed have the ability to play corner or safety. Marcus has been very impressive again in the off-season program, just talking to Coach Madden and the people that have been here. He has the ability to play one-on-one and play corner, but he's got the toughness to come up and really hit you as a safety. And as we said, with the so many teams playing spread offense against us, the nickel and the dime offenses make it where you need to have as many good defensive backs that can go in and play at any time and stay healthy as possible. We're not sure yet. We haven't even discussed it. What we'd like to do is we'll have 2 or 3 more weeks here in the off-season program, and we'll be able to watch the guys move. And your coaches in the off-season program now can actually work them in drills as long as they don't have a ball and they don't line up in a formation.
What's he weigh?
He's probably 190, 195. Garrett, you all have watched by and large. Garrett's big and he's strong. He has not had any repercussions with his shoulder at all. You can see here moving to your left, and he's so well taught because of his dad and the camps he went to at a young age. Here he is. He gets flushed out of the pocket. He has the ability to move to his left, and as he's running toward the line of scrimmage, 2 people are coming up, and he lifts and throws the ball on the mark. And that's one thing that Colt and Vince both have been so good about is going toward the line of scrimmage, drawing people from the secondary, and then throwing the ball downfield. And he still has the arm strength to get the ball deep.
He's always in the shotgun. Right?
He is always in the shotgun. In fact, he's running the offense that Jevin Sneed ran because Chad Morris was Jevin's coach at Stephenville.
In a perfect world, do you want to redshirt him, Matt?
That's a question mark that we've got to get answered, and we talked to the Gilberts and to Garrett when he came in on his official visit a couple of weeks ago. He really doesn't care. He wants to do whatever helps our team. And obviously we'll have John and Sherrod this spring competing and see where they are, and then have Garrett come in and compete with them in the fall before we make that decision.
What's his best pass?
I think he's got the whole game, and he can run too. You can see here, and he's big. I mean, he's maybe 6'4". He's big and strong. Colt was probably 175 at this same age.
He's 200. What do you say?
Yes, I'd say probably 2'5", 2'7", and very strong. And as I said, he's not going to play baseball this spring, so he can really work on just his football. Garrett was a 4-point student, as I said. Trey Graham is a 4-point student, wants to be a doctor. He's out of Midway. He's a tight end. Their tight ends got hurt, or their fullbacks got hurt, and he played fullback a lot of the year. He's probably about 235 now, and we feel like he can be a 250 H-back tight end. You can see here he's got the ability to run after the catch, and we also like the fact that Midway played him at fullback some because he had to work on his toughness and blocking out of the backfield. But we've had so many injuries at tight end, and we've been so good at tight end here, and it's been a go-to position for us that we've got to continue to work to get that position back to its strength.
You played in defense, too.
No. He did play fullback in the backfield, and he has played H-back with his motion, and he was a tight end to start the season. But he's also very unselfish. When they needed to move him to fullback, he just said yes, and he didn't catch any balls there for a while.
So he's a tight end right now coming out of high school who can catch and block.
Yes.
Those are kind of rare, aren't they?
Yes, but people are not playing with tight ends much anymore, and we feel like we're fortunate to get 2 of them in that position, because spread offenses, you're not seeing. You can see here his ability to split the secondary, and but you're not seeing fullbacks much anymore with 1-back offenses, and you're not seeing as many tight ends with 4 and 5 wide receivers, and it's harder for the pros to find them. Calvin Howell, we feel like, can be an impact player in defensive line. He and Trey are not in school. Calvin's really quick. He's got a great first step. He's 275, 280 pounds. He's in great shape. He can really run. And again, the defensive lineman in this class we'd like to see come in and play next year. He is not in school. We go to each high school. I go to each high school after they commit and walk through the halls and talk to their teachers and their counselors and their principals, and it just gives me a better feel of who these young people are. And all of these young guys were really impressive when their teachers were talking about them. You see here the ability to run, and this is what the spread offenses are doing to defenses. Calvin has the ability, when there's a flare pass, a screen, a ball that bounces like this, to run it down. And that's hard to do at defensive tackle. So we're wanting our guys to run. Derek Johnson is not in school. I did not get to his school because of the ice storms. I couldn't get up there. I tried to go last week, and their town was shut down. Their school was shut down. They just started school back today.
Where is that?
It's outside of Jonesboro, Arkansas, about 40 minutes.
Hoxie or Hoxie?
It's Hoxie. And in fact, when we called Derek last week, he was out trying to help people. He is really big and strong. He was out there trying to help people get limbs out of their yards and trying to help them get some sense back into try to make some sense of the community. And Derek's another one now. He had his coach call us back in the spring and say, I'm from Texas and I want to come to Texas.
You live in El Paso a long time?
I don't know.
For a while.
I really don't, but I think,
Second grade, ninth grade.
was it 2nd grade through 9th?
Yep.
But you can see he's big and he can run. He's really a nice young man.
Is that a big high school?
No. But we're really excited about he and Calvin, their ability to run, to hold point on the run, but their ability to run.